Okay, first of all, welcome. Okay, so you already have studied ethics somehow. Okay, almost all of you either going through the different topics or have gone through the same. See, as we know that we have only 3 months, my purpose is to make you understand how to write answers and let you complete GS4. Those who will perform good, they will be completing essay as well within November, December. 3, 4 essay, I will make sure you write. Okay, so I'm being very blunt over here. If you are thinking that everyone is going to do the same, no, you will not be able to. You will be having excuses. Okay, you can continue with your excuses. Mentorship sessions, I will say I deliberately am like postponing. Okay, just to let you know that this is the time for the content delivery. I have to prioritize my things. Okay, so on the chat box or one-on-one calls, I generally have a kind of mentorship related doubts with you guys. Nevertheless, coming back to the topic, uh, if possible, we will interact in the later half of the session. Okay, once the recording is off, those who wish to stay and speak. So, ethics, when you read it for the first time, be it any source, okay, be it any source, when you read it for the first time, it might be a case that it goes over your head. Second, even though you will be able to understand each and every word, but when it comes to memorization or consolidation, you are unable to remember. Okay. Second thing, now a quick poll kind of thing it is. Just type in the chat box if you are reading non-UPSC books. Don't lie at least. Why your N will work. Okay. So the thing is that to be good at answer writing in the ethics, we need Shreya, I'm not talking about the ethics material or something, I'm talking about the non-UPSC book. To score good in ethics, it's more or less about your understanding. It's more or less about your acumen that has been developed by observing the society. Your acumen, how you decide things are right and wrong. If we observe our society, if we observe our mythologies, sometimes spiritual things, sometimes religious things, all have one commonality. You belong to any sect, religion, or anything, that you have to do good. You read any book, any company, even if it is on the profiteering, it will say our purpose is for the maximum satisfaction of our consumers. We are being ethical. User charges. Some of you must have read the same in the Citizen Charter. So what is the user charges? It says value for the money. When it says value for the money, it is nothing but showing you that we are ethical. Whatever money you are providing us, we are providing equivalent amount of values to you. If I say I am delivering a certain kind of things that I have been promised, okay, it's my ethical side that is up to you guys to observe. Suddenly, a kid, okay, a kid says to the person who is behind the door, okay, my father has said that he is not at home. Ethics of the kid. Again, when you ask the kid, can I have your toffee? And he says no. And you should mischievous kid or ye bachcha bahut teज hai, whatever it is. In reality, he is showing integrity. He mean it. He don't want to be good to you, but he is showing integrity. Whenever a small kid comes back to us after doing something wrong, it says something that this is the reason I have done wrong, or this is again integrity. Being a boss of, suppose we are highest mentor circle administration, I do not come at time, but I ask other people to come on time. No one will come. Integrity. I have given you one exercise. If not, then I will give you right now. बड़ा एग्जाम्पल छोटा एग्जाम्पल लिखने की कोई एक्सरसाइज दी थी नहीं दी थी. So this is the first directive fine. Okay, in that exercise, I have asked to have one example and definition from the Google. Okay, that exercise was there, na? With the first target of. Now the second phase of that exercise. Whatever ethical words are mentioned in your syllabus, you have to write 2 examples for the same. What are the 2 examples? For example, if I say integrity, so Pratik will say to me, Sir, Mahatma Gandhi. I will say big example, celebrity kind of example. Then I will say a normal example. A teacher following what he preaches. Integrity. It's easy to say don't jump red light while teaching in the class, and you find me jumping red lights. I do not have the integrity. Cool. Dedication is the word. Okay. You can have dedication. Example. You quote Lal Bahadur Shastri. You know the famous story. He used to swim sometimes to study. Small example of dedication. We all have built sand dunes, sand structures alongside beaches. If not beach, आप कहोगे सर beach नहीं गए. Even at the pots that you have at your place, sometimes फूट गया and we are doing something new. Pack of cards castle basically. We have tried something. Dedication we are showing. Painting, if one is doing and it is taking 3 to 4 days, dedication. You all are dedicated towards your hobbies. If you are dedicated towards your hobby, certainly there will be a certain person who is celebrity in that hobby as well. For example, I follow mixed martial art. Recently, Anshul Jubli from India has been representing India to the UFC. For me, he is something that I will look forward for a number of examples. So one big example that everyone knows. Second, a small example, think of it. Okay. Now, give me a minute. Yeah. We have certain words, for example, attitude. Okay. Simple definition, the way that you think, feel, or behave is your attitude. Okay. Now, every job role has some different attitude and it requires different aptitude. Now you can have example. Attitude of a lion. A reel is very viral. Cheetah is the fastest, elephant is the strongest, but still they are not king. Why lion? Just because of attitude. So go for certain keywords like attitude is there, ethics. Now, if you look from the perspective, Shri Krishna ji is one of the most unethical guy on this planet. If you look from a singular perspective, at the same time, and is always positive or rightful, righteous. Can we quote? Got it. Now, again, probity, highest degree of truthfulness. Satyavadi Harishchandra, celebrity kind of example. Dharmaraj Yudhishthir, celebrity. Okay. What about the smallest person who is showing probity? Do we have any? Kid example would have been one. Or think of it. Then, whenever any ethical word comes into my mind, okay, whenever any ethical word comes into my mind, this is the thing. See, this is not something a class which you should be aware of, like it's a notes making or something. Okay, my purpose of this session is to broaden your horizon so that when you go into the answer writing thing, you are able to interrelate things. So let's have some activity over here. If possible, participate. So starting with, I guess, Prateek. Prateek, give me any ethical term that comes in your mind. I'm not prepared. Basically, I'm telling you what I'm going to do. I'm not prepared. I'm asking you guys to do. Any ethical term, Prateek.
Impartiality.
Okay. Now, how my mind works, he says impartiality. So, I'm a student of public administration. Okay. So, first click Weber. Cardinal principles of bureaucracy. If you're able to remember, you have already read in your notes. I brought out a thinker that will give the theoretical perspective in your answer. Weber. Okay. He is saying impartiality. Okay. Means I don't have to be partial towards anyone. Now, how my mind is working, if I am being partial towards Divyanshi, suppose, I have certain preconceived notions, biasness towards Divyanshi. That I have to cut. Question will certainly ask these type of questions. Now, how to eradicate impartiality, how to minimize impartiality, why impartiality is important, what is the significance of impartiality in the bureaucracy. These kind of questions will be there. Na? When I bring a word biasness, or what kind of biasness one can have? Maybe religious biasness, maybe sect biasness, maybe regional biasness, maybe cognitive bias, maybe gender bias. Okay, so what is the difference between women empowerment? Okay, women empowerment basically and the capacity building. Women empowerment says we are biased towards the woman that they need empowerment. What Amrita Sen has said through the capacity building, no, they do not need empowerment. Just have their capacity building, they will empower by themselves. They will compete with you. Got it? थोड़ा सा आगे concept तो I did. Again coming to the topic. Biasness. Now, biasness can be positive, negative, means right and wrong. Again, two ethical words I brought it out. How to curb biasness? Okay, Prateek found out कि Sir is biased toward Divyanshi. He's a sharp chap. So what he says, sir, let's have certain SOPs. You will judge us on these parameters. So what he did in reality, he actually curbed my discretion. Again, ethical word. When he curbed my discretion, he brought rationality in the picture. Sir, you have to work on the rule based. Again, ethical word. Now, since he have given me SOP, standard operating procedure, sir, आपको इस points पे ही check करना है. Sir, you have to check students on these points only. So he forced me to be accountable by ensuring transparent performance metrics for me. Again, ethical word. So the gist of activity is we have to think about the word and related word, how it is going. And everything has ethical or non-ethical perspective. But it can be proved through words only. More ethical words in your answer, more you use ethical language the way I have dealt. I could have easily said against the biasness. Okay, I would have said bent towards Divyanshi, inclined towards Divyanshi. Nothing ethical. I will say ethical. But Kriti will say, sir, ye to you are using mathematical language, inclined towards Divyanshi. Correct? Hai? So, when you read your topic again, in the starting, I will give for 1 week or 4-5 days only one questions of ethics. One question of ethics. But after that, it will be 2 questions. Okay. So when it is like 4-5 days, one question of ethics, my purpose or my suggestion will be to you guys. For example, suppose that particular question belongs from the human interface wala chapter. So you ensure a topic before that, a topic after that, so that you can link human interface with others. Got it? Had it been that I would not have read whole syllabus before coming to this class, I might not have used these terms. थोड़ा बहुत आ जाता, but within the 5 seconds, you guys could have observed कि I used almost a ethical analytical. I was not prepared कि ये मेरे को कुछ देगा. That's why I was like जो मर्जी दो. I have read whole syllabus. I will interlink a word or something. ठीक है? तो activity का purpose समझ में आया? Let's have similar kind of activity with someone else. Okay, this time I will give the word. Just raise your hand who wants to participate. Okay, correct. Simple सा word है, very simple word, since you are a lawyer. Persuasion. कुछ भी सबसे पहले आ रहा है माइंड में, जो भी आ रहा है बोलना है बस.
कि हम अपने जो कंसर्न्स है वो दूसरे इंसान को कैसे समझाएं और जिससे कि और आर्टिकुलेट करें और ताकि उनको अपना अपना जो हमारा एंगल है, हमारे जो भी आर्गुमेंट है वो उसके प्रति अग्रीएबल कर सके।
मैंने पूछा ही नहीं थे से, मैंने कहा दिमाग में सबसे पहले क्या आ रहा है। आई डिड नॉट आस्क डेफिनेशन और द मीनिंग। व्हेन प्रतीक सेड सर इम्पार्शियलिटी, आई डायरेक्टली सेड कि व्यवहार आया बिकॉज मैं पवेट का स्टूडेंट हूँ। सो परसुएशन, नाउ क्या आ रहा है माइंड में?
इंसाइट करना किसी
इंसाइड फॉर
इंसान,
मर्डर, ठीक है।
अबेट करना मतलब पॉजिटिव तरीके से अबेट करना किसी इंसान को किसी एक्टिविटी को करने
सी
के लिए।
दिस इज व्हाट आई वांटेड टू से। ओके, सोशल परसुएशन क्या है आयुषी? सोशल परसुएशन
सब किसी को पर्सुएट करना, लाइक सोशल थिंग्स के लिए एक्शंस या थिंकिंग, कल्चर से भी रिलेट कर सकते हैं।
दिस इज व्हाट इज द डिफरेंस। करण, यू stuck to your lawyer background, inside abatement. Okay, when I say persuade, first thing you have to be concentrated toward ethical. Means somewhere you are trying to push people to do good. Now she said social persuasion. She gave an adjective kind of word. Okay. She limited it, सोसाइटी को परसुएट करवा रही है। Now, thank you, Brijesh. I was about to bring this on. Influence is the word. Persuasion is nothing but you are influencing people to conform to your ideology, to your arguments. Fine. Now, how ethical mind will work? तुम्हें यूपीएससी के क्वेश्चन सॉल्व करने ना, तो तुम्हारे दिमाग में आना चाहिए परसुएशन कहाँ यूज होगा। बेटी बचाओ बेटी पढ़ाओ, पीएम साहब इज टाइम टू परसुएट। स्वच्छ भारत स्वस्थ भारत, नज। व्हाट इज नज? एनीवन? नज बोलो।
अच्छा, नज आपने केस स्टडी की वीडियो में बताया था कि टू क्रिएट अ कंड्यूसिव एनवायरनमेंट, कि आप अपनी बात मतलब कन्विंस कर लो। परसुएशन मींस कि आप मतलब यू सिर्फ बोल रहे हो वर्बली, और नज था कि आपने एनवायरनमेंट क्रिएट कर दिया। जैसे प्राइम मिनिस्टर वाज स्वीपिंग द स्ट्रीट्स, सो पीपल वर मोटिवेटेड कि हाँ अब हमें ये करना चाहिए।
थैंक यू। चलो, कुछ लोग देख रहे हैं वीडियो, जिसका मतलब ढंग से। फाइन। नाउ नज परसुएशन इन्फ्लुएंस। माय माइंड वर्क्स लाइक दिस कि if any one of them comes na, I will create a triplet. अदर वर्ड्स, भाई इतनी बोरिंग क्लास हो रही है कि तुम लोगों के कैमरे बंद होते जा रहे हैं। माना थोड़ा सा थ्योरेटिकल है, बट इट इज ऑफ इम्पोर्टेंस। नो वरीज। नज परसुएशन इन्फ्लुएंस, आई मेक देम एज अ ट्रिपलेट। यू से परसुएट। ओके, सो परसुएट। and now how my mind works, let me tell you. Okay, persuasion पे क्वेश्चन है। It means we are trying to convince certain people. Why we need to convince? Because certainly we need force of collectivity. If I can do something my own, why I will go Pratik at Sharan so that I convince them to join me? I will say get lost. I will do it on my own. Simple na. It means collectivism should be there. Try to go in the background why this question has been asked. What do you understand by the persuasion? It can be one statement. Highlight the significance of persuasion in the event of protest. किसान आंदोलन पे लोग बैठे हुए हैं। Okay, so one live case study. I do not know if any one of you have observed during the protest or not. So there was one IPS officer. He was there amid of Kisan protest. He said, मैं भी किसान पुत्र हूँ. A particular limit should not be crossed. He assured the policemen will not disturb. And such a bono homie was there. Nothing wrong happened at that front. Even when the policemen and the Kisan protesters were on the, I will say, totally against each other by marching towards the Lal Killa, Red Fort. Persuasion. You all sit on a hunger strike. Sir, you are not taking 10 days any kind of classes. This is not there. Suppose I was there, okay, don't worry. I will compensate it with certain classes in the early morning. That's why I asked you how many of you are available. So certainly in the November, when the winters are coming, you will have early morning classes. Okay. So this is how things are unfolding. Persuasion. Juice पियो और निकलो, खत्म करो protest. Got it? Fine. Now, yes, second point. Whenever we read anything about the ethics, now my pet word, the person who score good marks in ethics is generally unethical. ठीक है? जिसको पता है कि ये गलत है, जिसको पता है कि ये गलत है, the person will certainly know what is right. Honest mistake किसी से हो गए, उसे पता भी नहीं है कि ये गलत है. He will not score good marks in ethics. Who gave sermon about the virtues? Means धर्म का ज्ञान किसने दिया? Shri Krishna. And what he did? One by one. You can check his ethics. Okay, that's why 11. Do whatever situation demands and prove it right. ठीक है? So the crux of this story, always read the word in couplet. Couplet in the sense, if persuasion is there any word which stops persuasion? Adamant mindset. Biased mindset. Brainwashed. Go and anyone, if Hamas, can they be trained? No, they can be only eliminated. They cannot be persuaded to come on the right track. Okay. So whenever you go for the word, do think of its negative as well. This will help you to solve the questions of ethics. See, you might feel that ये किसी कोचिंग में नहीं पढ़ाया जाता, ये वो फलाना डिम्पाना, what ज्ञान I am giving, but this will help you in solving the case studies as well as answer writing of the questions. Those who have watched the case study videos, I can guarantee sometimes you would have amazed कि ये सर के points इतनी जल्दी दिमाग में आ कैसे रहे हैं case study के. ठीक है? But the thing is that I have practiced these things on my own. I've developed certain pedagogies to train my mind. Okay? I need one more participation. जो बोल सके, who is it? Just raise your hand. जिसने बोल लिया दोबारा मत बोलो यार, किसी और का नंबर आने दो. नीचे कर. कोई नहीं है. Gopal, fine. You are alive, it means. Okay. Kirti, you two will be utilized in this part only. Don't worry. Second half. Gopal,
Yes, sir.
what is the, I will say, features of an ideal character?
Sir,
Ideal
honest,
character. Okay, honest.
honesty,
Okay, done.
integrity,
Okay,
responsible,
okay,
efficiency,
okay.
integrity.
Don't repeat यार.
ठीक. और सर truthful,
Okay, fine. Honesty and truthful, almost similar category. I will use these words as my couplet. Is that na influence, persuasion? I will use in couplet.
Patient,
Honest.
patient, patient,
Okay, fine.
patient.
Okay, fine. Stop. Kriti. Kriti. What is the characteristics of non-ideal person?
Non-ideal person. Liar, dishonest,
Hmm.
unethical,
Hmm.
cunning.
Yeah, don't say cunning is a
Sorry.
so what? Cunning can be positive as well.
Unresponsible,
Irresponsible.
not accountable, irresponsible, not accountable.
Stop. Two things. When Gopal was speaking, the question was simple, so he was giving tuck 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 replies. Okay, because this type of question is generally asked in the बचपन. अच्छे बच्चे की क्या निशानी है, आदर्श बालक की क्या निशानी है, something like that. So we have been trained this way. He was able to give 5, 6, 7, 8 points. I stopped him. But when Kriti was thinking, no one asked गंदे बच्चे कैसे होते हैं. हमेशा ये सिखाया अच्छे बच्चे कैसे, मुंह पर उंगली कैसे. No one says what is gande bachche or what is the characteristics of a wrong people or something like that. She has to think. Had she applied a simple mind, whatever Gopal has said, speak opposite. She won't have spoken similar number of terms. Maybe 1, 2 or less, because grasping power, maybe recollecting power issue. Okay, we cannot totally catch. But at the same time, you would have spoken more 1, 2 more words if you have just copied the Gopal. Whenever in ethics any question you get to write, whenever in ethics you get to write any question, ठीक है, make sure you think the opposite as well. Flip side वाला rule है एक तरह से. You will be able to get the points for the answer. ठीक है. Second, last part of the agenda that I had to deliver in this session. When Pratik gave me the word, what I said, I have been preparing for this session, and what I did as a preparation, can anyone recollect?
Syllabus.
You read the
Syllabus.
syllabus.
Exactly. I read my syllabus. Not two things. Why I read my syllabus? First, from the syllabus itself, since I've already given 7+ years as an aspirant, then 4+ years as a mentor now educator. From the syllabus itself, I'm able to branch out a number of ethical words that you guys were able to see when I was having activity with Pratik. Correct? Similarly, whenever you have to attempt the question, when you are going to solve the ethics question, if you do not do these two things that I'm going to mention right now, you are bound to write trash answer. First, read syllabus. Suppose you decided that in these 2-3 hours, I will write this 1 question or 2 questions. First, read syllabus. Second, you remember first activity that I suggested? Take every word of the syllabus, write definition, try to understand smaller definition if possible in different A4 side of page. You all remember?
Yes, sir.
You have to do these things. Megha,
Yes, sir.
you have already emptied the questions that they are about to get. Okay.
Yes, sir.
I am forcing you or I am directing you to write PYQs.
Yes, sir. Sure, sir.
You will start from 2022, not 2023.
Okay, sir.
Even if they are not being evaluated, but you have to write. Google and all, whatever you do is fine for me. At
Sure,
least
sir.
write 1-2 questions on daily basis.
Sure, sir.
Fine. So is my all 3 directives are clear to you? All of you? Fine. Before I move to the last part, again open stage over here if you got any question. Megha.
Sir, related to the questions that I've already written, I have faced two extremities while writing the answer to the ethics question. There are one type of question where you have a lot of content to write and you actually start pouring out your emotions endlessly, means there is no stop. And the other type of question is you have a lot of things in your mind going on and you don't have a single word to write कि from where to start with. तो ये वाली चीज जैसे बहुत सारी चीजें आप ऑलरेडी बताए हो एंड आई हैव फॉलोड देम बट व्हेन इट कम्स टू राइटिंग ना तो स्टार्टिंग यही वाली चीज हो जाती है
Okay.
यही पर
See,
आके आई गॉट स्टक
if it is the first category, I think काफी कुछ लिखने को that is not an issue that can be managed. Correct? Correct?
यस सर
Second category, now I say you steer the agenda of next session. You come up with the certain questions where you struggled. Okay, let me handle it.
ओके सर डेफिनेटली
Let's deal it live. Done.
ओके सर
So you just
डन
send
सर
it to me or to Divyanshi because I will somehow ask her to make the PDF. Okay, so
ओके सर
whosoever it is, so either send to me or Divyanshi. I will entertain those questions in the next session.
ओके सर डेफिनेटली
Fine. Okay. Yeah, Kriti.
सर जो हम आंसर्स लिखेंगे उनका स्ट्रक्चर कैसा होना चाहिए?
That I won't tell na. First session, which sessions I have taken. Okay. And I have deliberately told over you there that whenever you are confused with the structure, make sure your subheadings are from the keywords of the question. You have to follow this one.
कुछ चेंज नहीं होगा we are writing answers for
That we
ethics.
will discuss. Don't try to chew more than what you can eat. That we will discuss one by one step. Why am I saying that ethics will be like somewhere I will take 7-8 sessions discussion and all. I will ensure that you guys do not face any kind of problem in ethics. बाकी सब्जेक्ट पे भाड़ में ethics ऐसे you will not be facing any issue. मतलब भाड़ में in the sense बाकियों में above average भी रहेगा लेकिन ethics में you will be scoring decent. Neither I scored very low marks in ethics anytime. I will not say even low, very low तो दूर की बात है. Nor my mentees have scored. Somehow I have if decoded what to write in ethics. Okay. Fine. Last thing. Every unit of ethics demands some different examples. If you are talking about ethics in public administration, it will go about the bureaucracy. Ethics in governance, it will talk about the governance system. Corporate ethics, then it will talk about the corporate ethics. Okay. So be ready with related examples. Fine. So this is what my last direction. Now branching directions. Next session, I'm certainly going to deal with the Vegas question because I wanted to deal certain questions. That's why I somehow, I will say in a subtle way, I said, Kriti, I will not tell you what you are asking. Okay. In a subtle way, I did the same. The reason for the same, in the next session, I wanted to deal with the questions which you are unable to write. Okay, means when you will struggle to write, you will not find the structure. And once I will tell you what to write when you are struggling, you will certainly find the structure as well. Okay. Okay, so Megha's question will be discussed. Then in the next session, again, I will be having a newspaper. Like next 2 sessions is like कल हम मेघा के क्वेश्चंस डिस्कस कर रहे हैं फॉर श्योर. सो मेघा मेक श्योर कि अपने क्वेश्चंस मुझे या दिव्यांशी को भी भेज दो यार. ठीक है.
Yes, sir, sure.
तो कल we are meeting 9 PM again. And then we will be having again a newspaper section question. In the newspaper, my focus will be on ethics. How to extract ethics from the news articles, monthly magazines. Okay, be it any news, we have ethics at our disposal. Fine. So these 2 sessions are the next sessions for me. Fine with you? So let me stop the recording over here. किसी को कोई क्वेश्चन पूछना तो बता दो सेशन से जो रिलेटेड है. If it is there, let it be part of recording, else I will switch off the recording. No? Okay then.